Night college basketball. This is Across the Board with Jeff Grant here at SBRforum.com. Heading to the Big Ten Conference, the marquee game on the schedule. That one featuring the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Indiana Hoosiers at Assembly Hall in Bloomington, Indiana. Hoosiers opened up as 9-point home favorites. That number has been knocked down to 8.5 in the market, while the total has risen from 140.5 to as high as 142. Definitely monitor any future odds movement by going to SBRodds.com. When you look at Ohio State, they are riding a 3-game win streak. That includes a 63-53 victory over the Northwestern Wildcats as 11-point road favorites. That one coming last Thursday, so Tad Matta and his staff has had some time to prepare for this game, and they've gone under the total in their last 3 contests. Of course, they are 0-5 straight up on the road when taking on top 25 opponents this year, and it's really all about junior forward Deshaun Thomas on the offensive end. He leads the Big Ten in averaging 19.8 points per game, and he scored 26 in the first meeting between these two teams, which resulted in an 81-68 loss for the Buckeyes as 1-point home favorites. That one climbing over the total of 139.5, which is why I'm not so surprised that the first movement in the betting total rose from 140.5 to 142 due to the total being 139.5 in Columbus. 18-4-1 when revenging a straight-up loss as a home favorite. The Buckeyes, they are incredible in that situation. They are also just 6-9 though when both teams come into this matchup as ranked teams. When you look at the Indiana Hoosiers, they are coming off a 73-60 victory over the Iowa Hawkeyes as 13.5-point home favorites last time out, going under the total of 146.5. And what that victory did was clinch at least a share of the Big Ten Conference regular season title. Of course, they're going to be looking to secure their first outright title in this conference since 1993, believe it or not. So this home crowd will be geeked up for this game, especially on primetime television on ESPN with the game tipping at 9 o'clock Eastern. 8-0 straight up their last 8 games when facing ranked teams at this venue, and they also possess the nation's best record versus top 25 foes this year, going a perfect 6-0 at the time of the game when facing a ranked opponent. They lead the nation in scoring margin, outscoring opponents by 20.1 points per game on average, and dating back to the 2011-12 campaign, they lead the nation in that as well, outscoring opponents by 15 points per game. 4-1 straight up, but just 1-4 ATS as home favorites of 6.5 to 9 points, and the under 3-2 in that situation. I'm going to look to play the under in this game. We've had great success with Big Ten Conference totals this year, either going over or under. It's really a situational play for me. I think Ohio State's definitely going to be able to at least limit Indiana offensively. Ohio State limiting opponents to under 40% shooting from the floor this season. This is a veteran team with Kraft and Thomas, of course. They are prideful, and they still have a shot at least tying for the Big Ten Conference title. They've gone under the total in both games this year on the road with a total of 140 to 144.5, while Indiana has fallen short of the number their last 3 times at home within that point range, and this team is playing much better defense this year than they have in years past. Crean really has this team getting after it on the defensive end, and I expect this one to be more low scoring than people consider. So I am going to officially pick under 142 in Tuesday night's game featuring the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Indiana Hoosiers. Follow me on Twitter, at Jeff Grant Sports, for any further information on this game or any other as we get into conference title play. And also, we're going to start something new. Hashtag ATB to have a conversation with me. You can ask me any question about teams or matchups on the college basketball or NBA board, and I will respond on Twitter by responding to hashtag ATB. This has been Across the Board with Jeff Grant here at SBRforum.com.